Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to reiterate more on the incident I had with my bunkie and the white guy from prison. This is my second time recording. When I recorded the first time, my mic wasn't working, so bear with me. But this was like 2009. I was on a violation from prison. I mean, I went home and I messed up and I got violated again. So I'm new to this prison. This is Comstock, Medows Correctional Facility. And when I get to that jail, well, you're locked down for a couple of days. Like that's every single max. When you get there, you got like 3 days. You got to go to medical or whatever. They lock you down to see if you have any enemies there. So on that jail, you're an E8 company. So when I first got there, I was on E8, and like 2 days later, they moved me to another cell on E8, which is a double bunk cell. They had us in the front. So when they moved us to the front, I had a bunkie. He was pretty cool. He was in jail for something weird. Like he had prison time for switching signs on the street. Like you know how you have like Main Street or whatever sign. He used to get drunk and switched them somehow, and he ended up doing time. He got like 1 or 3 years for that shit. So he was in my cell, and he was a pretty cool dude, whatever. And he used to chew tobacco. And when I first got there, I used to smoke cigarettes at this point, so I had tobacco. But when I looked at him, I'm like, yo, that was my first encounter with like snuff or chewing tobacco, whatever it is. So when I smelled it, that shit smelled mad good. It smelled like some peach flavors. It smelled like a peach snapple. So I'm like, yo, let me try some. And I tried a little bit, and as soon as I tried that shit, it made me nauseous and made me like want to throw up. So as soon as that happened, like the next time I smelt a little bit of it, it made me nauseous again. So I asked my bunkie, I'm like, hey, you mind not chewing tobacco in the cell? Like it makes me nauseous. And he's like, yeah, sure, man, no problem. I won't do it. But long story short, the next day or like 2 days later, he did that shit again. Like I hear him, he was in the top bunk. I always had a bottom bunk pass in jail. Like when I told Ian about taking Klonopins, I used to get Klonopins for seizures that I never got before. So that's why they have to prescribe me Klonopins because I told them I'm allergic to every single seizure medication. I had like a whole list of like Keppra, Dilatin, all these seizure medications that I'm allergic to. So they have to give me that in prison. So I used to get the Klonopin, so I had a bottom bunk pass. So he was in the top bunk. So one day I hear him spitting that shit in the toilet like in the middle of the night. So I'm like, yo, bro, like you mind not doing that shit? Like I told you about that shit. And he's like, yeah, my bad. I forgot about it. I'm like, all right, cool. Cause literally when he does it, that shit was making me nauseous. Like I'm over here like retching, like want to throw up, and he hears this shit. So long story short, next day he did that shit again. So when he did that shit next time, I grabbed him from the top bunk, threw him down, and gave him a couple of shots. He ended up having like one black eye and stuff. So when that happens, the CO heard that shit because we right in the front. The two double bunk cells are right in the front. So they heard that shit, broke it up. They sent me to key block. They sent him to key block. And they switched our sides. So I went from the front half to the back half. Well, he was always in the front half because the way the bottom, the double bunk cells work is the bottom is like front half, the top is back half, or either or, like one or the other. So he was always in the back half. So the people that he used to go outside with, I never really seen unless like it's Saturday and Sunday. And I don't even think we made it to Saturday and Sunday yet. So I never seen the people that he talks to. So after that we went to the back. I went to the back half, and they let me out for rec. So when they let me out for rec, like the kid didn't even know I was blood because he never asked me, and I'm not just gonna volunteer information to him. So when I first went outside, I was talking with some Spanish kid that I knew from my neighborhood, and we're like spinning the yard, and I see some white skinny guy approach me. He's like, "Hey man, can you come? Can I talk to you for a couple of minutes?" And I thought that he was trying to buy my Kalana pins because that's like the only interactions I had with white dudes is if they're trying to buy some Kalana pin for me. So I went outside. I mean, I spent with him. We talked for a little bit, and he basically told me like, "Hey, man, we about to go to war with the Spanish and black people, and you have to be on our side. We heard about what you did to so and so. We know you know how to fight. So if you could just bring your paperwork to the yard, so we could just check it, and you come hang out on our tables, and we'll let you know when things are about to get down." So when I heard that, I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man, no problem." And then I spent off from him, and when I went to go holler at the homies, and when I went to go holler at the homies, they're like, "Yeah, one white dude was out here the other day. He has a big ass swastika tattoo on his back. So one of the homies punched him in the face and shit like that. We told him don't wear that shit around here. Like wear a shirt, don't come outside like that." And I guess they were trying to retaliate for that. So I told them what they just told me, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it." And I'm like, "Nah, I got this." So the next day when we went outside, I had a little blade on me, so I literally came up to the white dude and just cut him from the back, basically. Like that's. And when I cut him, somebody else punched him in the face, knocked him out, and that was like the last I ever seen that guy. I didn't even get in trouble for it. The kid that punched him in the face got in trouble, went to the box. And later on, I heard like about this guy. Like he was the head of the white people in that gang, in that jail, but he was like known all over the state. And I don't really want to mention names in my stories because it's nobody's business, and he might be on YouTube or he might be watching this, and I don't want to downplay anybody's name because like I never heard nothing bad about the guy. Like he had a pretty well known name. So that was basically that story with what happened there. And I appreciate you guys for getting me to 100 subscribers that quick. And if you guys want to hear any details about any other story that I told on Ian's show, I'd be gladly to make a video about it. And I will start thinking about more stories. Like I got hundreds of stories, but like I got so much shit that happened between Rikers Island and upstate. And I don't know how I want to go about it yet, but I will get to them sooner or later. But if you guys could like the video, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, help me grow my channel, I gladly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your weekend.